Welcome back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are on chapter 15 out of 16. We only have two more chapters left. I'm so excited. We are reading Thought Vibration by William Walker Atkinson. This book has been fantastic. I have loved the last couple chapters. Yesterday's chapter, chapter 14, I believe that was titled The Great Dynamic Forces. And then the one before that was about the was it desire force, talking about having a burning passion. Yeah, that one was the attractive force, desire, the desire force. So if you missed any of the previous readings, be sure to look in the playlist here on the YouTube. If you're on Facebook, I encourage you to hop on over to YouTube. Join us here. It's so much fun. I enjoy every moment. So let's dive in. Thought Vibration by William Walker Atkinson, chapter 15, Claiming Your Own. In a recent conversation, I was telling a woman to pluck up courage and to reach out for a certain good thing for which she had been longing for many years and which at last appeared to be in sight. I told her that it looked as if her desire was about to be gratified, that the law of attraction was bringing it to her. She lacked faith and kept on repeating, "Oh no, it's too good to be true. It's too good for me." She had not emerged from the worm of the dust stage, and although she was in sight of the promised land, she refused to enter it because it was too good for her. I think I succeeded in putting sufficient ginger into her to enable her to claim it for her own, for the last reports indicate that she is taking possession. So what he's saying is that he was telling this woman, like, oh my gosh, I think your desire is actually coming to pass. Like, all your hard work is paying off. You're about to get it. And she started to get frightened, like, oh my gosh, it's too good to be true. Is this really happening? So he was able to put that ginger into her, which means like filling her with the motivation, the inspiration, and that spirit, putting the zing into her, in as what's it called? Pep into her step to help her claim it, which was good. But that is not what I wish to tell you. I want to call your attention to the fact that nothing is too good for you. Did you know that? Nothing is too good for you. No matter how great the thing may be, no matter how undeserving you may seem to be, you are entitled to the best there is, for it is your direct inheritance. So don't be afraid to ask, demand, and take. Even those words, ask, demand, and take, right away, like, oh my gosh, that's blasphemous. Who am I to command and demand things out of this universe? You know, I have to earn it. But he's saying nothing's too good for you. It's your inheritance. All good things were made for you. It's just your belief, your self-image, just like we read yesterday. What is the difference between successful people and people that just never make it? Belief. They believe that they are worthy, that they can do it. And your repeated thoughts over time create your belief system and your self-image. You are entitled to the best there is. It's your direct inheritance. Don't be afraid to ask, demand, and take. The good things of the world are not the portion of any favored sons. That was what I think I did a post the other day about the chosen ones being chosen, and we're all chosen, but few of us claim it. You know what I mean? Like, A Course in Miracles says, all are called, but few choose to listen. Everybody's chosen. You have to just make the decision and believe that you are, but you are chosen. We all are. There's no special people. And a couple of people even in the comments, I was like, is this triggering? Because we all like to think we're special or chosen, right? We all are. But like leaving certain people out, like these certain people are chosen and these certain people aren't. Like, if you believe in God, that God created everyone equal, then you're kind of contradicting yourself. So what's the difference? Like, if we're all chosen, why do some people seem like they're chosen? Because they accept it and they wear it. Oh, someone said it in the comments, like, well, some people are anointed. And I'm like, everyone's anointed with different gifts, but does everybody like step up and claim them? No. How much wasted potential is there out there? I wasted so much potential in my life. And I'm not afraid to say it. Like, a lot of people are just afraid to say, yeah, I wasted a lot of my life. I have a lot of regrets. When people say no regrets, if you have no regrets, you haven't lived. Sorry. If you have no regrets, you haven't lived. And yeah, I have regrets, but like Meaning there are things that I've done that I wish I didn't do. Like, if you don't have anything in your life that you regret, that you wish you didn't do, have you really lived? And I mean that seriously. It doesn't mean that we have to beat ourselves up. We can forgive ourselves. I sure have. It doesn't still hang over my head and it's like unprocessed. It's important to process it. So I guess when people say like, don't have any regrets, it's like, don't have any unprocessed regrets. Like, reconcile, forgive yourself, accept what is. But there's, I'm not afraid to admit that I've done that I wish I didn't do. All right. The good things of the world are not the portion of any favored sons. They belong to all, but they come only to those who are wise enough to recognize that the good things are theirs by right, and who are sufficiently courageous to reach out for them. That's it right there. There aren't a select few that all the blessings are doled out to. They belong to everyone, but they only come to those who are wise enough to recognize that this good is for them, and they have the courage to reach for them. Again, to belief. Many good things are lost for want of the asking. Many splendid things are lost to you because of your feeling that you are unworthy of them. That is so true. I remember one of my trainers for EMDR, for therapy, the eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, that trauma modality of therapy. So my EMDR trainer, I love him so much. His name was Danny, and he was from Texas. He trained me over Zoom. Actually, he was a consultant because I trained with people in California. But anyways, he worked at a veterans hospital for the military here in the United States, one of the veteran hospitals. And he used to work with the veterans, like people, PTSD, men who've been over at war, who've been seen, wild things, men and women of service. And I remember we were talking and he had a thick accent. He goes, Carla with a K. I'm going to tell you right now, when you get right down to it, when you're with a client, I'll tell you what, it's the same problem we all got. I don't care who it is. Do you like my accent? He said, it all comes down to people feeling unworthy. People just don't feel good enough. They just don't feel good. They're unworthy. And it goes down to like this worthiness. And this is what he's saying. Again, this was written over 100 years ago. It's the tale as old as freaking time. We were given everything. We don't believe it. We beat ourselves up and then we die in regret. I'm just kidding. I mean, that is the truth for some people, but not for us. Not for us, people. Not on my watch. All right. Many splendid things are lost to you because of your feeling that you are unworthy of them. Many great things are lost to you because you lack the confidence and courage to demand and take possession of them. None but the brave deserves the fair, says the old adage, and the rule is true in all lines of human effort. If you keep on repeating that you are unworthy of the good thing, that it is too good for you, the law will be apt to take you at your word and believe what you say. Whatever you repeat, and you cast spells on yourself, you impress certain words, certain stories, certain narratives, and then that's what you will see in this physical world. Whatever you impress, you express, and whatever you allow in will be what is being pushed out. It's very objective. It's very impersonal, truly. But we get caught up in thinking that, again, certain people are anointed and blessed and chosen. We all are. It's different for everybody, for sure. But are we stepping into our anointing? All right. None but the brave deserves the fair. All right. If you keep on repeating that you are unworthy of the good thing, that it is too good for you, the law will be apt to take you up on your word and believe what you say. Your subconscious mind is impersonal. It does not care if it's true or not. As long as you repeat it and you believe it, it says, okay, I'll show you more of that. I'll give you results for that. Let's grow that seed. That peculiar thing about the law, it believes what you say. It takes you in earnest. So beware what you say to it, for it will be apt to give credence. That's like saying your subconscious mind can't take a joke. Your subconscious mind cannot take a joke. Your subconscious mind, as we discussed yesterday, does not know that there's anybody but you. Your subconscious mind does not know anybody but you. So whatever you think about this person, your mind thinks you're talking about yourself. Like, what a stupid fucking idiot. I'm a stupid fucking idiot. Like, so that's why it behooves us to think and talk and feel the best we can. Keep our side of the street clean. Are we human? Are we triggered? Yes. Are people bad little jerks sometimes? Sure. And so are we. But it's like, how do we deal with it? Are we willing to see it differently and have the boundaries we need? Let's be normal. We don't have to hang around people who trigger us. But the work is always with us. Why do we feel that way? What is it about them that triggers me? The work is always ours. And we can, again, never have to talk to those people again. But just because we're not around people doesn't mean the relationships and the emotions are still in our minds and the memories. Relationships are in the mind. We do have bodies, right? But think about all the people you argue with in your head. Think about people who aren't even here anymore that you're still upset with, right? Relationships are in our minds and they never leave. And if they're toxic, it doesn't matter if you're not with that person or around that person or not. That's why to get clean and clear inside, be willing to see it differently. Even if you can't, be willing. I'm willing. I don't, but I'm willing. Ask for help. Surrender it. 12-step it. All right. So this is a peculiar thing about the law. It believes what you say. It takes anything you give it, and it will grow it just like the earth. Whatever seed you plant, it's going to grow it. It doesn't care if it's poison and it'll kill you or if it'll feed you and nourish you. It'll give it credence, whatever you give it. Say to it that you are worthy of the best there is, and that there is nothing too good for you. And you will be likely to have the law take you in earnest and say, I guess he's right. I'm going to give him the whole bake shop if he wants it. He knows his rights, and what's the use of trying to deny him of it? But if you say, oh, it's too good for me, the law will probably say, well, I wouldn't wonder, but what the law will probably say, well, I wouldn't wonder, but what that is so. But what that is so, surely he ought to know, and it isn't for me to contradict him, and so it goes. So basically, if you claim that you're good enough, they'll say, all right, I'll give him everything. He believes it. I'll show him the fruits of that seed. But if you say, oh, it's too good for me, the law will say, well, I can't contradict him. He believes it, so I'll show him more evidence of that. Why should anything be too good for you? Think about that. Why should anything be too good for you? Why do you believe that? Who raised you to believe that? Did your parents think that way? Did their parents think that way? Why shouldn't anything be too good for you? Did you ever stop to think just what you are? You are a manifestation of the whole thing and have a perfect right to all there is. Or, if you prefer it this way, you are a child of the infinite and are heir to it all. You are telling the truth in either statement or both. At any rate, no matter for what you ask, you are merely demanding your own. And the more in earnest you are about demanding it, the more confident you are of receiving it. The more will you use in reaching out for it, the surer you will be to obtain it. Strong desire, confident expectation, courage in action. These things bring to you your own. Strong desire, confident expectation, expecting the best, courage in action, taking action even when you're afraid. These things bring you your own. Bring to you your own. But before you put these forces into effect, you must awaken to a realization that you are merely asking for your own and not for something to which you have no right or claim. So long as there exists in your mind the last sneaking bit of doubt as to your right to the things you want, you will be setting up a resistance to the operation of the law. You may demand as vigorously as you please, but you will lack the courage to act if you have a lingering doubt of your right to the thing you want. I love that. Again, before you start to put these things into into effect, right? Strong desire, confident expectation, courage and action. Before you start doing this, you must awaken to the realization that you are merely asking for your own. You're not asking for something that isn't yours. It's like, think about being in a room and you have your phone over there and you say, "Hey, can you grab me my phone?" It's yours, but he's saying everything in this world is yours. But if that was somebody else's phone and you said, "Hey, can you bring me that phone?" Somebody might be like, "That's not your phone. Why am I going to give you that phone? It's not your phone." Everything's yours, he's saying. You are not asking for something that isn't yours. It's already yours. So long as you exist in your mind, the last sneaking bit of doubt as to your right to the things you want, you will be setting up a resistance to the operation of the law. You may demand as vigorously as you please, but you will lack the courage to act if you have a lingering doubt of your right to the thing you want. If you persist in regarding the desired thing as if it belonged to another instead of to yourself, you will be placing yourself in the position of the covetous or envious man. That's so true. Let's read that again. If you persist in regarding the desired thing as if it belongs to someone else instead of to you, you will be placing yourself in the position of the covetous or envious man, or even in the position of a tempted thief. So think about people you see, whether it be online, in your city, in your town, at your place of work, people who seem to, in your opinion, have something you don't and that you want. Not that you want to take it from them, but you want it too. They inspire you. It's a good thing. I used to work with kids and I used to tell them when they were jealous, they wanted, the backpack that someone else had or whatever. They had a feeling of jealousy, these young kids. And I said, that's okay. I said, jealousy is like a compass. It points you to what you want. Just be grateful every time you see it, that it gives you that inspiration. Don't focus on not having it yourself. Know you can have it. And if you truly want it, you can start to, save up your money, do some chores, like ask your parents, do whatever. Anything. I mean, I grew up poor. I mean, not really poor, but like we didn't have a lot of money. But like if I really wanted something, I would do whatever it took, truly, to get it. And it might take a while, but like there was nothing I felt robbed of, And if I truly didn't want it, and if it wasn't for me, the feeling would pass if I truly wanted it. But if I really wanted something, it was mine. It's like we intuitively know this. And we don't have any, I didn't have no shame because I was confident. I didn't feel guilty. It's like that childlike innocence, So don't place ourselves in the, coveting something else, being envious of them. Because I think the difference between jealousy is you wish you had what they had, but envy is you want to take what they have for you and not have them not have it. It's kind of envious is a little more insidious or a little more dark. In such a case, your mind will revolt at proceeding with the work, for it instinctively will recoil from the idea of taking what is not your own. The mind is honest, but when you realize that the best the universe holds belongs to you as a divine heir, and that there is enough for all without your robbing anyone else, then the friction is removed and the barrier broken down and the law proceeds to do its work. That's the truth. So being jealous, there's no need to be envious of anybody because it's like them having it is proof anybody can, right? It's not like a limited space. Like this is different when it comes to a certain person. Like if you're jealous of and you want their spouse, like that's another issue. But you know what I mean? It's like if someone can do it, it's proof you can too. Look at it in a good way. Don't look at it as well, if they were successful, two people in our hometown can't be successful. Yes, they can. It's like if they say, oh, lightning can't strike twice. Yes, it can. It's just think of it as closer to you. Like, well, my friend, she just had a big break. She took it. She took the big break from us. It's like, no, you can have it too. It's proof that you can do it too. Don't compete. Amateurs compete. Amateurs, people who don't know who they truly are, don't understand that everything is theirs truly. They are heir to all the good things. They have this scarcity lack mentality that if someone has it, it's taken from me. It's a lack mentality. It's that competitive mentality. Like, oh, you know what? I have a drawing here. So amateurs compete, professionals create and collaborate. Okay? Don't be an amateur. Don't compete. You don't have to compete. You are above that. You are too good for that, my friends. Okay, I found one image, and I know the other image is going to pop up like toast, because everything always works out for me in the most absolute miraculous ways. I have a couple new additions to my gallery of famous drawings. Those aren't the new ones, but I do have some new ones. All right, I'm gonna find it in a couple seconds, and it's gonna be so fantastic. But anyways, yeah, I don't know who coined that. Amateurs compete, professionals create and collaborate. So you don't have to fight. You do not have to fight and compete and feel like because someone else has it, you can't have it. I found it. I found it. I found it. Found it. Actually, I found a second one that I did, but it's even better. So I'm glad that I couldn't find that other thing because this is even better. It's even bigger and better. Everything is always working out for me. There's a piece of hair on me. Okay. Let's look at this together. So he's saying, don't think that it belongs to somebody else and it's not for you. It'll place you in a position of covetous and envy, and it'll tempt you to steal or have to like take away from somebody. So this is how we see, this is a scarcity competitive mentality. We think that there's one pie and we are all having to fight for the one pie. There's only so many slices. These greedy people are taking it from everyone else. It's running out. So the poor people in the back, by the time they get here, these glutton greedy people have already taken all the good from us all. What greedy people? How dare they take such a big piece and leave nothing for everybody else? This is how we are trained to live. This is a lose-lose. This is not how the universe works. This is not how it is. This is how it is, my friends. We all individually have our own whole ass pie, and we can eat the whole thing. Nobody can take from your pie. This person cannot say, this is me and this is you. You cannot touch my pie. You have your own pie. But if you're unaware that you have a pie, then you'll try to come and steal my pie, but I'm sitting over here pretty because I know that you cannot take anything from me. You can't. It's like, you know when people say like, oh, they stole my content, like, yes, there are people that like rip you off, but I believe that those people take the action you need, but those people will always be found out. But like, nobody can steal my intellectual property. Like, if you want to take an idea or a fun name that I took, like, that's all you're going to get, because it didn't come from your mind. You don't even know. It's like infinite. The storehouse is infinite. My pie is infinite. And I would just have compassion if someone felt like, because they didn't even know they have a pie, to tap in and tune into their own intellectual property. Anyway, so I love that image. You have your own pie, but we don't know that. We think there's one and we have to steal and grab. You have your own pie. You can have it all. It's all yours. Isn't that nice? Everything belongs to you. I do not believe in this humble business. This meek and low attitude does not appeal to me. There is no sense in it at all. The idea of making a virtue of such a thing, the idea of making virtue of such things when man is the heir to the universe, and is entitled to whatever he needs for his growth, happiness, and satisfaction. Do not mean that one should assume a blustering and domineering attitude of mind. Okay, this is good. So what William Walker Atkinson is saying is, I don't believe in this humble business. You know, that poverty is virtuous. I'm humble because I don't need much to survive or whatever. It's false humility. He doesn't believe this meek and lowly attitude. He says this attitude does not appeal to me. There is no sense in it at all. The idea of making a virtue of such things, when we are heir to the universe and we're entitled to whatever we need for our growth, happiness, and satisfaction. I do not mean that one should assume a blustering and domineering attitude. It doesn't mean walk around like a pompous, jackass. Don't walk around with that nasty attitude. But it's also absurd, for true strength does not exhibit itself. Yeah, true strength does not so exhibit itself. When you're really strong, you don't have to flaunt it. True strength is quiet. The blusterer is a self-confessed weakling. A boastful person is really showing you his weakness. He blusters to disguise his weaknesses. The truly strong man is calm, self-contained, and carries with him a consciousness of strength which renders unnecessary the bluster and fuss of assumed strength. But get away from this hypnotism of humility, this meek and lowly attitude of mind. Remember the horrible example of Uriah Heep, and beware of imitating him. I don't know. Is that from a story? Is that from the Bible or something? Let's look it up together, y'all. Uriah Heep. What in the hell? What does the term Uriah Heep mean? It mostly commonly refers to a hypocritical and villainous character in Charles Dickens's novel David Copperfield, whose name has become a byword for a false or overly humble person. Okay. In David Copperfield, by Charles Dickinson, Uriah Heep is a seemingly humble but deeply villainous character who schemes to ruin the good-natured lawyer, Mr. Wickfield, and marry his daughter. It's a symbol of ambition. Very humble. Heap constantly refers to himself as humble, but this humility is insincere and used as a mask for his self-serving and manipulative behavior. Ooh, okay. Let's not be a Uriah Heep. Am I saying that right? Throw back your head and look the world square in the face. There's nothing to be afraid of. The world is apt to be as much afraid of you as you are of it. Anyway. Yeah, you gotta just F it. Throw back your head and look the world square in the face. There's nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing to be afraid of. The world is apt to be as much afraid of you as you are of it. Anyway, be a man or a woman and not a crawling thing. And this applies to your mental attitude as well as to the outer demeanor, your outer demeanor. Stop this crawling in your mind. See yourself as standing erect and facing life without fear, and you will gradually grow into your ideal. That slaps, doesn't it? You know how you say, stop moping around, chin up, don't look so miserable. And we can put on face when we're in public, we act like we're stronger than we really are, just to not draw attention to ourselves if we're just in a crappy mood. He's saying, don't be a person that crawls around and just doesn't think anything of themselves. But more importantly, in your mind, don't be crawling around in your mind in the deep, dark depths of the nasty alleys and eating out of trash cans in your mind, just like a mental attitude, eating the nasty mental diet. Don't crawl around in your mind. See yourself as an erect and facing standing erect and facing life without fear. You will gradually grow into your ideal. I love that. There is nothing that is too good for you, not a thing. The best there not the best there is not beginning to be good enough for you, for there are still better things ahead. Wow, so there's nothing too good for you, not a thing. The best there is not even the beginning of the good, is what is in store for you, basically. The best gift that the world has to offer is a mere bauble compared to the great things in the cosmos that await your coming of age. I love that. So don't be afraid to reach out for these playthings of life, these baubles of the plane of consciousness. Reach out for them. Grab a whole fistful. Grab the whole pie. Play with them until you are tired. That's what they're made for anyway. They are made for our express use, not to look at, but to be played with if you desire. Help yourself. There's a whole shop full of these toys awaiting your desire, demanded and taking. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Think about when you go to a buffet. It's like all you can eat buffet. Go for it. Or remember when the open bars? I was never shy there. Let me tell you what. Okay. Don't be bashful. Don't let me hear any more of this silly talk about things being too good for you. He goes, psh. You have been like the emperor's little son, thinking that the tin soldiers and toy drum were far too good for him and refusing to reach out for them. But you don't find this trouble with children as a rule. They instinctively recognize that nothing is too good for them. Ain't that the truth? They want all that is in sight to play with, and they seem to feel that the things are theirs by right. Yeah, a little too much. Kids just take everything. And that is yeah, right? They take your food. They take everything. God bless them. And that is the condition of mind that we seekers after the divine adventure most cultivate. Unless we become as little children, we cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. I love that. The things we see around us are the playthings of the kindergarten of God, playthings which we use in our game tasks. Help yourself to them. Ask for them without bashfulness. Demand as many as you can make use of. They are yours. And if you don't see just what you want, ask for it. There's a big reserve stock on the shelves and in the closets. I love that. I've been seeing lately, the universe, don't put a cap on what you ask for. The universe is not on a budget. That's what he's saying. Play, play, play to your heart's content. Learn to weave mats, to build houses with the blocks, to stitch outlines on the squares. Play the game through and play it well, and demand all the proper materials for the play. Don't be bashful. There's enough to go around. It's like giving Wallace D. Wattles in Science of Getting Rich. If you were given the dream, you will be given everything you need, the best of what you need to accomplish and fulfill that dream. But we got to go for it. All right, go for it. Don't be bashful. But remember this. While all this may be true, the best things are still only game things, toys, blocks, mats, cubes, and all the rest. Useful, most useful for the learning of the lessons, pleasant, most pleasant with which to play, and desirable, most desirable for these purposes. Get all the fun and profit out of the use of things that is possible. Throw yourself heartily into the game and play it out. It is good, but it is good. Okay, yeah, just go for it. Live your life, play the game. But here's the thing to remember. Never lose sight of the fact that these good things are but playthings, part of the game, and you must be perfectly willing to lay them aside when the time comes to pass into the next class. Oh, I love this. And not cry and mourn because you must leave your playthings behind, right? You can't take it with you. Do not allow yourself to become unduly attached to them. They are for your use and pleasure, but are not part of you, not essential to your happiness in the next stage. Despise them not because of their lack of reality. They are great things, relatively, and you may as well have all the fun out of them that you can. Don't be a spiritual prig, standing aside and refusing to join the game. Oh, I love that. That's the truth. Like, I was this way. I wanted to get it right. Like, I wanted to be a good human, a good soul. Like, if I indulge and I want good things, does that make me like a sinner? Does that make me selfish? Like, I want to be on God's good side. I want to go to heaven, like, back in the day. But I realized, like, none of this, it only matters how I think and how I feel towards the people that I'm with. Am I kind? Like the virtues, the real virtues, kindness, generosity, forgiveness, true humility, gratitude, willingness to grow, own up to my mistakes. But what I choose to do with my life is like, go for it, girl. Do whatever you want. It's just the stage. It's just the backdrop. It's just the classroom. Do your homework, but you can be in any classroom you want. I could be in a penthouse and learn my lessons, or I can be in a basement and learn my lessons. What do I prefer? The penthouse, please. Thank you so much. I can have anything I want, but I know I can't take it with me. I know it's not real. These are just toys of this earth. I know what the true reality is, and I know where the real lessons lie. I'm not going to say I refuse to play the game. I am not going to live in a penthouse because that's for selfish people. It doesn't matter. Being humble and meek and small and poverty is virtuous mentality. People think that they're earning brownie points. They're not. You're not going to be rewarded. You will not be rewarded for how you suffer and sacrifice. And if you want to believe that, go for it. Don't despise them don't despise these things because they're illusions and they're just, playthings. They're great things relatively, and you may as well have all the fun you can with them. Don't be a spiritual prig, standing aside and refusing to join the game, thinking that you're better than other people because they're playing the game. But do not tie yourself to them. They are good to use and play with, but not good enough to use you and to make you a plaything. Yeah. Don't let the toys turn the tables on you. This is the difference between the master of circumstances and the slave of circumstances. The slave thinks that these playthings are real and that he is not good enough to have them. He gets only a few toys because he is afraid to ask for more, and he misses most of the fun. And then considering the toys to be real and not realizing that there are plenty more where these came from. He attaches himself to the little trinkets that have come his way and allows himself to be made a slave of them. He is afraid that they may be taken away from him. And he is afraid to toddle across the floor and help himself to the others. The master knows that this is so good. The master knows that all are his for the asking. He demands that which he needs from day to day and does not worry about overloading himself, for he knows that there are lots more and that he cannot be cheated out of them. He plays and plays well and has... Did I miss a sentence? Okay, let me start that over. For he knows that there are lots more and that he cannot be cheated out of them. He plays and plays well and has a good time in the playing. And he learns his kindergarten lessons in the playing, but he does not become too much attached to his toys. He is willing to fling away the worn out one and reach out for a new one. And when he is called into the next room for promotion, he drops on the floor the worn out toys of the day and with glistening eyes and confident attitude of mind marches into the next room, into the great unknown, with a smile on his face. He is not afraid, for he hears the voice of the teacher and knows that she is there waiting for him in the great next room. Y'all, that was beautiful. What did you think about that? That was chapter 15 from Thought Vibration by William Walker Atkinson. Again, if you missed any of the previous readings, they're all here on the playlists. We are going to be finishing this book tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow. Probably do it tomorrow. We're going to finish this book, chapter 16. I'm going to miss this book. I love this book. Thought vibration. What do you guys think? Share your takeaways. I love you all. Nothing's too good for you. See, I do this for myself. I need to learn these lessons. I hope you have a beautiful evening. And tomorrow's Friday.